Liquitex has a huge range of acrylic mediums, and for me as an artist that's awesome because I like to experiment. I like to try new things and I like to mix it up, as I'm sure you do. And within the range of acrylic mediums, there's 7 different effects texture gels, which you'll recognize by their silver label. Cool thing about them is they have specific little aggregates in them. The aggregates are the things that impart texture to them without adding any impurities. You could add things to your paint film, but you always got to worry about if there's anything in there that's going to affect the stability down the road. And we know that the things we've added here will make sure that you have a permanent painting. So you make good artwork and it's going to last a long time. You can mix any of these together in any combination. So if you want to try black lava with white opaque flakes and see what you get, you can do that. And if you want to try glass beads with resin sand to see what effect you get from that, you can try that as well. You can also mix it with color and apply it that way as you would a normal painting. Or one of the things I like to do is apply it to the surface of my panel or my canvas as a substrate, as a textural surface to work on top of. Black lava is a medium that works best with translucent or transparent colors, and it has little black flecks in it. It goes on gray, but then it dries to a black lava-like surface. Blended fibers dries to a matte sheen, and actually has the effect of torn little fabric when it dries. I've actually mixed it in here with color to create the landscape. I didn't know what I was going to get when I did that, but by experimenting I found that I had a very soft, sort of misty surface to it, which gave me something that was very desirable. With white opaque flakes, it's a coarse gel that's irregular, and if you add white to it, it's going to boost the brilliance and clarity of that. The little flakes in it actually almost look like coconut flakes. And in here, I've used it as a substrate, painted on top of it, and got myself this very rough texture. With glass beads, it doesn't actually have glass beads in it. It's got little plastic beads, but it dries to a semi-gloss surface. So when light shines off it, it reflects and it gives a really, really brilliant surface. Ceramic stucco, one of my favorite ones really. It's a thick, coarse gel, and the neat thing about it is if you put it down on a surface and let it dry, try drawing on top of it with pastel. Once you do that, and you spray it with a fixative or with an aerosol varnish to fix it into place, it'll actually look like an Italian fresco. You'll get a really cool piece of artwork by trying that. Resin sand is very, very coarse. It's a sand-like feeling to the gel. And if you mix that with a little bit of ceramic stucco and add some black lava in, you'll actually get a surface that looks like granite. And then finally, natural sand. That's the one that's most like adding beach sand to it. It's got fine little granules in it. But again, you wouldn't want to add beach sand because you could be adding impurities that could affect the permanence of your painting down the road. And that'll dry to a semi-gloss surface. So remember, try them all out, experiment, mix them together, and have fun.